Welcome to the podcast. This is Mr. Ish. We're here at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club, Kildare Clubhouse. This is the Brent's Club edition. This is our first meeting of Brent's Club. We're going to talk a little bit about it. I don't even know if we should go into the background and all that, but for now, we're going to have everybody introduce themselves. Hopefully these guys don't mess up because we're going live. So let's see what they're about. Give me your name and your age.
My name's Jaw, a.k.a. Big Boy Shaq.
Ooh, Big Boy Shaq, TNT style. Who else is here?
My name Jaden / Kenny.
Ooh, like Ken. All right, next.
My name's Dylan.
You just Dylan, bro.
He's just Dylan. He's like the cameraman you don't want to talk to.
No,
what's up, fellas? Serious. Thank you for doing the podcast. It should be a lot of fun.
Anytime.
Today we're doing a little introduction to Brent's Club. We went through a little bit of the history of it. Does anyone want to give a little bit of what you guys know about Brent's Club? Do you remember anything? Come on, you remember anything about the Shapiro Foundation and none of that stuff? I guess I got to do it. I didn't want to do it. I want to, give you some highlights, but I guess camera's on me. Remember what we talked about? That he was a lawyer, very famous lawyer, and his son. Remember you said the story,
you
man.
said the whole story.
Yeah, so let's give you some points.
Look, right.
I'll fix what you don't know.
Right, for me. So, Brent's Club is all about a man who lost his life to drugs and alcohol right before his wedding. So basically his dad was a big time lawyer and he found out his son was a drug addict or an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And they basically found like a rehab for him to get help. He was doing good, like he wasn't taking no drugs, no alcohol. And then at the day of his wedding, he was tempted.
He decided to take a little couple drinks.
Yeah. And then right there, he died before his wedding.
I think you got some of the story right. It could have been alcohol too, but I think it was drugs. So I think that he tried to experiment, his bachelor party with drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
And he could have got a wrong dose, a bad dose, too much of a dose. But even though his life was going well, he passed away right before his wedding. So his dad did he's part of the Shapiro Foundation, and they spread news to different agencies. But we've been blessed over here in the East Coast that they support Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club, and we've had Brent's Club here for some years already, and they support the kids from anyone that needs help. I know, yes, we talked about drug testing, but even if you come out positive, the support is there. So it's not about if you use drugs, if you don't use drugs. It's about having a support for these situations. So that's mainly it. But today we're going to talk a little bit about also just the mental part of it. So who wants to take a little shot at that? How do we get ourselves away from situations like that?
Meditating.
Yeah, meditating.
Yeah, a little meditation is always good.
Think about
Controlling your breath.
You need to control your breath. Your breath is hot.
Nah, that's not me. I'm not breathing.
It's not my fault. Your breath is hot.
Nah.
Only 2 Tic Tacs can help you out right now.
Not like that.
Why you playing with me?
Why you talking like nah.
2 Tic Tacs, or if they had a Tic Tac with a battery in it, that's different. I do have a lot of plugs here. If you need a plug Tic Tac, that's different. But you need to control your breath. All right, that's true. Controlling your breath is one way to do it. What you say?
Think about the good things.
Think about the good things, and if you don't have good things, imagine good things.
Imagine them.
Because sometimes people are doing bad. Sometimes we live on a check to check. We not only that we live on a check to check. We in these neighborhoods is tough.
Yeah.
You understand? We got to walk in the street with swivel heads. There's
It's
a
the
BX.
Bronx.
Oh, movie recording has been stopped. Why are you stopping me? I don't understand you. Somebody stop me.
I think you're looking
Let me
too
see what my
hot,
cameraman. I'm going too hot. It is what it is.
They jealous right now.
They jealous because it's four good-looking men on the screen and they don't know how to handle it.
Nah, word.
They don't know how to handle it. So come on, man.
Like, come on.
I don't know why it stopped, but we're gonna keep it moving
It's too
anyhow.
hot.
So it's the mental health part is a big deal, and is a very important part. I don't know why it says on live, but we're going live again, double live. So what y'all guys doing here? Don't mess me up. My boys are trying to get something done. something
Nah,
positive
word.
in their life.
Word.
I think
My
it's that.
life
You know what it is?
my life
Where's my
positive.
cameraman? They're my cameraman.
Ooh,
He
he
My
left.
cameraman broke
He
out.
left.
Oh,
Oh
man.
man, I don't
He's
trust.
a dog.
Not
I
gonna lie, you
got
should
a
fire
second
him.
cameraman. My second cameraman,
He gotta
Brian.
go.
Can you do me a
Nah,
favor?
word.
Just hit that record button.
He not here.
Brian,
either.
over here. Ooh, you're knocking stuff down.
You should just fire both of them.
Yeah,
Word.
my
Nah,
cameraman's
word.
not gonna get paid.
They ain't
I
getting
was
paid
so-
anyways.
Brian, this is the record button on
I
this
could do the
camera.
job very
We
good.
over here, yeah,
Pay
right
me.
there. Yeah, just the record button, whatever the record button is. All right. Yeah. Oh, we back on. All right. So we never
Yes,
stop, guys. Don't worry
sir.
about it. We still in motion. So the mental health part is very important. The just focusing, taking yourself out of the situation, I think is important, because sometimes we put ourselves in a situation and we just react. Is there sometimes that you just reacted to something without thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
same.
give us some
Yeah.
samples of what happened, and then maybe how could we improve it for the next time.
I think I can.
One time, me and my friend were arguing, right? And then I swung at him because he was talking about some personal stuff, right?
We went straight to violence.
You said,
You know, I won, obviously. But then after
You
that,
sucker punched him. Of course you're gonna win.
oh, why you talking
I'm
like
just
that?
saying, because you just said he was talking, and he's not like he put his hands up and he was
was.
ready to duke it out.
He
You
was.
just punched him.
it was ready.
You sucker punched him.
Alright.
That's what I say.
So then after, I regretted it because I lost him as a friend.
Oh, nah, that's done tough.
That's a tough one.
Yep.
Who else got a good story?
I kind of regret a basketball shot because that got
Oh
me
my
in a
God.
fight. That
We
got me in
talking
a fight.
Yo, my
that got
man,
me in a
that's
fight.
all right, we're gonna shut you down.
I airballed, right, and I hit this kid on the head, and he looked at me and he knew exactly I threw it, and then he swung, I weaved, and then I smacked him right there.
Yeah, you guys are boxers, because this guy knocked the guy out. He won, one smack, and he over here. I hit the ball. I swung. I weaved. I did. Come on, guys.
Like,
He
no,
professional. He
Keep it
going,
real. You got smacked. Yeah,
No, I didn't.
someone
No, I
gave you a
didn't. No, I
buffet.
didn't.
Someone
I
gave
didn't.
you a buffet, and that was it. Everything went well. So what else? What is it? I mean, a lot of the times, and this is all young people. Yo, don't talk about my mother. And as soon as they talk about that mother, you think that's the end of the world. You can talk about my mother all you want. Guess what? I'm going home. I'm gonna call my mom and say, "Hey, mom, how you doing?" And keep it moving. I've always told my wife. I said, my wife. I told my wife one time we was talking, talking smack, and I was like, "Look, I'll argue with somebody for about 2.5 hours, but if in order for me to punch that person or get into violence, he really has to hit me first."
Yeah, push
I
your
said,
limits.
so you want to curse at me? Let's go at it. We go back and forth. I curse at you in Spanish and Polish. I'll figure a way to curse at you. No problem. But the minute you touch me or you try to hit me, then that's
gotta
when
get
it's
it
on.
on, word.
So I could, the words don't bother me, man. I worked in the video store. They cursed me out on the phone every day. It did not bother me. I went right back to work.
Word.
It doesn't.
You still getting
Excuse
paid.
me. Yeah, and you know
getting paid
how I used to
regardless.
react to them when they used to bother me in the phone. Yo, what you mean this is that? I used to hang up on them. Click, click.
You still get paid.
And then they used to ring again. Oh my God. Click. Hang up again. The phone ring. I pick it up again. Hello. And they like, excuse me. Could you control yourself, please? If not, click. Pick up the phone again. I want to talk to your manager. Hold on a second. Yes, your manager. It's the same guy. It's the same guy. I'm the one that runs the place, so relax. Let me see what's going on. I'm going to get you fired. I said, look, I've been here 25 years. If you could get me fired, thank you. I said, because it's not going to happen. That's it. I'm not gonna lose my job for a customer. It's not gonna happen.
Word.
You're not gonna curse at me and think it's gonna be all right. I control your entertainment. At that time, it was video store, so I control your entertainment. If you wanted to see a movie, be nice to me. You watch a movie. I was Netflix. I'm the one that pushed the buttons for you to watch the movie. So it was basically like that.
$15. $15
$15
every
$15.
press.
Word. $15 every press.
I don't know what happened, Ash. My camera's not working over there.
Cameraman.
This one it's not. I don't have the record button. That one is fine.
That one.
is grooving.
Big boy.
The big boy over there. Let's see. Let Let me see. My other cameraman was a little shaky.
Big boy Shaq.
He's good with audio, but I don't think with the camera. Oh, you see? Ash came and the camera's back on, popping. I think my man just has to stick to the beat control and the audio. Brian, we need to have a digital arts meeting. I need to show you what an on button is. What the on button is on the camera. Yeah, let me not
Why you
shy about.
play it?
Brian's,
Why you play it?
Brian's gonna mess up all my audio. Don't worry about it. Guys, it's a lot of fun. We joke around, but these are serious topics that could really affect our lives.
Yeah.
And the reason why we talking about it is because these are like gateways to get into these drugs, to get into drinking, to get into smoking weed or taking even harder drugs than that. So that's why the first lesson that we're doing for this Brent's Club podcast is just for you to reflect on these actions that before they even happen. So if you be like, yo, I don't care what they say, I'm going downstairs with a knife. If you thought about it, you'd be like, yo, I'm going downstairs with a knife. What's the possibility that the guy has something different?
Yeah.
You understand? Why am I going to predict? Why am I going to go out there? My grandma's alone in the house. My sisters, my little baby sisters in the crib. Why are you going to put yourself in that predicament when you're already home? He already said what he got to say. You brave or whatever, just go home and stay home, man. That's it. Don't go outside and be macho. Macho to who? Because the only thing that's gonna happen is people gonna take their phones out. The only thing that's gonna happen. People gonna be like this with a camera, like and record everything. That's not helping.
Yeah.
It's not helping.
More evidence.
You're right.
Like, they got evidence, and you know how it is now. Even on film, people don't believe it. It could be on film. They be like, I don't know, that could be edited. I don't.
Photoshop.
Yeah, that was in the angle that you filmed it. It didn't look good, but hey,
That don't look like me.
it's just it's like that.
What?
So,
That don't look like me.
so you gotta be aware of those things too, man. So the idea is, how many of you actually think you're gonna use like that method? It's gonna be hard.
Like, what you mean?
Just like let me think about it before I react.
I'll probably use it. Like, I'll
probably.
use it, but like in certain things, I don't think before I do.
So what's that certain thing? What's your trigger? Like if someone talk about your mother, you be like, and you go crazy.
Nah, it's not even that. Like,
So you can talk about my mother.
somebody.
I talk
yeah,
about my mother
care,
myself.
Like, you could go talk about my mother, but like, soon as you like start bringing up things that
Nah,
I don't
we're
like we gonna have to get it on.
What's your trigger? What will be your trigger? What do you think is your trigger?
There's a lot of triggers.
You don't have a lot of triggers. You got a lot of crickets. That's what you got.
I
I ain't sure for the crickets. I told you about that.
I'm gonna say
Give me the
like
new ones.
talking about my baby sister. I don't play.
Okay.
When it comes to my little siblings, I do
agree
not play
with
about
that.
that.
I got you.
agree
Because
with that.
I think siblings or even your kids, they can't, they can't speak for themselves. So that, especially a baby or something like that. Like, you talk about my daughters, it's going to be on and popping. But it's because, those are kids. Why are you involving
like-
our
If you
arguments
talk
with
about
our
my mother,
kids?
like I don't like honestly, I don't care if you talk about my mother. Like I'm not saying like in a bad way, but I don't care about you talk about my mom. I just call my mom, and be like, "Mom, you good?" And she'd be like, "Yeah." So there's no point like.
Yeah,
with
so,
my
so
baby
that's
sister,
not going to change. But your little sister, I understand. Especially if it was something like your mom's had a hard time having the baby, or your baby sister's a little sick, and and things like that affect you emotionally. I can understand that. So I can understand your trigger is your little sister. What's your trigger? Someone stepping on your sneakers? So that used to be a thing.
Listen.
That used to be a thing, though.
Hear me out.
For real.
Hear me out,
That
hear
used
me
to be a thing. Yo, you stepped on my
Nah,
sneakers.
hear me
Yo,
out.
it's
Hear me
hard.
out. Hear me
I don't
out.
care.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
So,
Nah, look. If it's like some like daily shoes, like I'm alright with that. But if it's like my newly
All right.
white Air Forces,
Oh, yeah, we got-
nah,
no,
yeah, we
no,
got
no,
we
well,
got
then no
we
one
gotta
told
get
you
it
that.
on.
We
But
got
like
it.
For a
actually,
pair of sneakers, guy?
Nah.
Air Forces too.
Nah,
Like,
cause them be like
Like
$200,
bro.
Air Force
Like,
is
Air Forces-
$99. Get out of
Air
here.
They're like
Forces, bro.
$70, bro.
Air Force is
Nah,
$90.
Prices went down, bro.
And
like
if you get
$9,
the
like
bootleg African ones from the the ones those
From
are
the
like
Walmart? Yeah.
those are like 65 without the box.
Word.
Alright, but like
Those
for
are
real,
light.
for real though, the trigger is like if you put your hands on me.
Well, that's physically touching
Yeah,
you,
that's
so
like
that's
somewhat-
different.
Like
But, like,
everybody trigger.
It's like you don't really gotta talk about like for me, cause if you bring up like my siblings, like see that's another problem.
I agree with that.
My mom, she literally told me herself, who cares? Like she don't really
Yeah,
care.
no problem with that.
And yeah, probably like physical touch. To be
All right,
honest.
so physical touching is for you. What's your what would be your trigger? Something that you know is gonna be hard to control.
My sibling.
The siblings? You like them
Yeah.
that much?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just
Honestly,
saying.
I see my other trigger
They be
is like
bothering me, but
word. Yeah,
my siblings
they,
got
they
that.
little siblings, so like they always gonna bother you.
Yeah, we're
I probably see my other trigger like okay, so I got burned when I was a kid
Mm.
on my chest, a 3rd-degree burn.
So you got like a scar?
Yeah, scar. So yeah, like people call me like when I was younger, people like call me like Freddy Cougar. So like,
Oh, okay.
but like when I hear people calling me that, like I honestly don't care. But like if you constantly like start making jokes and spreading the rumors,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm gonna
it
really
bothers
get
you.
mad.
It's like a self-esteem type of thing. When you
Yeah.
get older, you get a nice tattoo over that, and you're good money.
Word.
But for now, yeah, it is. I understand that some people have a lot of self-esteem issues. Like my wife tells me, she said, "I can't believe that you so confident. I don't have." Like I am confident. I think I'm too confident at times. So she just hates that. She's like, "Yo, nothing bothers you. Like you don't care if a guy said hello to me." I said, "Okay, he said hello to you. That's a guy saying
yeah.
hello. It's not like he's whistling at you or doing none of that. I know a lot of people, so they know. Oh, that's his wife. Hey, how you doing? It don't bother me. I mean, a guy knocking on my door and you letting him in, that bothers me. So that there's different things. But you saying hello to somebody, that don't bother me. No.
nah,
That don't
we're
bother me. She's like, "Yo, you too confident." I was like, "I am. It could be a problem. Some people don't like that.
Actually, good.
She don't like it." I said, "If you would have caught me when I was 17, you would have been having a problem."
oh nah, we're
I said, "That's why."
Younger people.
that's another
I can
story.
see like
Another
one.
time.
You caught me when I was a little older and a little, I put some weight on. But I said, at 17,
You would have been on that
I
list.
said, at
Word,
17, you
one
would have been
thing-
that. You would have been in that black book.
One thing like about high
Yes.
schoolers and like middle schoolers, like
alphabet.
they don't play about their girlfriends. I know one of my friends, I can he he posted like something about I'm gonna kill you and your girlfriend.
Ooh, that's tough.
So he like it's not like
But
recently.
that's a threat. Like you could literally
Yeah.
go to jail. Like for
Yeah.
that.
Oh, so he did this recently, and it was on a big problem about it. So
serious.
I remember they went to his house one day, and I was with them. It was like I was in a bad place at the wrong time. So they was with him, and my friend like wanted to fight him. So they started a fight. This is actually recently, like last week Friday, and he wanted to fight him, so they fight, and the other kid jumped in, and
I thought you were going. I was about to bleep you. I saw something that sounded like a little F, and I was going to bleep you. I'm sorry.
So
Continue with your story.
they about to jump him, and so they jumped him, and one of my friends recorded it, and they posted it, and
Another
and
problem.
yeah. So after that, it went viral and went on the news and stuff like that. So after that, like I had to think to myself like one, why were you there, and like you was there at the wrong time, and like all my friends, my parents, I know they told me I was wrong for that. Like I knew that, and like I still to this day like think that I should have never sat there and just look at him while he like looking scared in his eyes, and sat there just let that happen to him. So I feel like I should have helped, but
Hey,
I was nervous. Like I didn't know what to do.
things happen like that. You get nervous. You get overwhelmed
Yeah.
by something like that. But the idea is, guys, by us talking about it, we're discussing something that is important. We're discussing something that also shows that there's another side of things. There's a side that sometimes we have to listen more than react. And this is like the first stage, because and then you're gonna have peer pressure when you go to college. As you get a little older, yo, this ain't nothing, man. It's only weed, and then weed becomes like, yo, try this and have these pills or whatever, and the pressure. You need to be able to stand back and say, nah, man, I'm good. Like I'm good. Thank you, bro. Now you know what? I'm going this way. I'm gonna head over there to the park, or I have to go upstairs. I got to do whatever. And you need to find different ways to get yourself out of
Yeah.
bad situations. We all have friends that
Push you to do stuff.
that push you to do things. We all have friends that at times be like, come on, man, you're a punk if you don't do it. We all have all that. I mean, so that's part of the peer pressure. You need to be able to control yourselves and think outside the box, as they say. But that's our first step. It's also our first podcast about it. So hopefully we'll come back next week with a new gem, talk about something else. Don't get scared of me either, because we're going live. So make sure that make sure you don't look ashy. Make sure those lips are moist.
Nice and moist.
Do your best. Do your best, LL Cool J, and and lick your lips, and you know, I don't want you looking ashy. And please don't wear the same gear because I don't want you every week with the same gear on camera. You know,
but-
so you already know
I
that
got
the
you.
blue and the black that you have to dead that. We can't do it again. So all right, guys. So say goodbyes, everybody.
got you. Peace.
Thank
Big boy
you,
Shaq
thank you
out.
very much for your participation in
Clap it
Brent's
up,
Club
clap it up.
podcast.
I'm just
And I'm your host, Ish. And I probably got the best stories, but I can't tell you all of them. So I appreciate you guys. See you later.
Check. 1 2 1 2. Check.
You guys are right. Here we go. We're out of here.
Check. 1 2 1 2. Check.